Big questions. Do we really have a 4.6 billion year old clockwork solar system? How do planets form? I beg your pardon? How do planets form? How did the atmosphere and ocean form? Was the past like the present? And I think from the evidence that you've seen that Dave Talbot and Ev Cochrane have provided, it certainly wasn't anything like the present. So if Saturn was a star within the memory of mankind, it throws some big questions into sharp relief. And in doing so, it throws a harsh light onto our self-satisfying fictional story of the Earth and the solar system. The origin of the solar system. Professor William McRae wrote, "It is impossible to discover the origin of the solar system by observing it now and working steadily backwards in time in order to infer the whole of its past history. The solar nebula model has no successful predictions to its name." And that's a bit of a sobering thought. Here we go, yeah. My meeting with Dr. Velikovsky, I visited him in 1979 at his home in Princeton, New Jersey.
Okay, I'm going to be fair. This wasn't released until 2021, but this proves the nebula theory that the chrome side of is planets and moons and stars are created out of dust and gas. It's one of those. Yeah, okay, we got measurements, and it looks like what things should kind of look like in the nebula theory. Oh, okay, I'll let him talk again.
Here we go, yeah. My meeting with Dr. Velikovsky, I visited him in 1979 at his home in Princeton, New Jersey. He very gracefully accepted my family as well. I've got photos of my daughters with him, but none with me. I was rather shy of asking him for a photo. But the main question then was this problem that he faced with astronomers. What don't we know about gravity? There's something really missing in our physics.
Velikovsky was actually a trained psychologist. He had nothing really to do with astronomy or physics until he wrote the Worlds in Collision book. But it was more taking chapters and verses out of different religious texts, such as the Bible, where it says the earth stood still for a day, and it was the book Daniel, or I don't know. But this was probably just a metaphor for something seemed to go on for a long time. But that's where a lot of Velikovsky's information came from.
Velikovsky argued that planets change orbits, exchange thunderbolts, and quickly settle into peaceful orbits. Rapid settling following chaos defies our understanding of gravitational systems, which for more than a two-body system are chaotic. As I said, if one planet departs from its normal orbit by a small amount, it will affect the others, and there's no way of restoring the original situation. The system flies apart. Our understanding of gravity and solar system mechanics is inadequate.
Yet Velikovsky and them claim that Venus came out of Jupiter and went into Jupiter's orbit. That would have caused great chaos in the early solar system, or in the solar system a couple thousand years ago when it was supposed to take place. So it's kind of working, their own logic is working against them. But then they also have this theory where lightning bolts hit planets, and that's why we have craters or rivers or anything, is because there's these great lightning bolts, and there's no evidence of the lightning bolts. It's just I don't like this theory, so I'm going to make up a completely different theory.
So we have a new cosmology. A new forensic approach to old evidence produced a recent history of the solar system that requires a critical examination of modern science instead of dogmatic rejection of evidence. The result is an entirely new cosmology, the electric universe. The history of this new cosmological paradigm goes back to Worlds in Collision in 1950. In the last chapter, Velikovsky referred to Jupiter and Saturn as stars. And I quote, "There I wrote with respect to the future that some dark star like Jupiter or Saturn may be in the path of the Sun and may be attracted to the system and cause havoc in it." That was in chapter 9, The End.
If we were actually using evidence, like a forensic scientist would use evidence to prove a case or to investigate a case, it actually probably would point against the electric universe in a lot of things, because we actually got evidence and observations and stuff that kind of contradict them. This is just him trying to think that they're more scientific than science. But yeah, there's no real proof at any of this. Okay, I know I think it's premium accounts on YouTube that you can get like a full hour, but I can only get like 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm at a 9-minute mark right now, so I'm going to cut it off here. Yes, this is meaning there's going to be a lot of these uploads, but I hope somebody finds these useful. Have a good day. Bye.